Gambling got me rich. Gambling got me rich. Gambling got me rich. I'm your boy Tony from Cali, and today I'm a rich man. Hey everybody, welcome to the show. Once again, your boy Tony from Cali. For the people just tuning in, you guys want to know who I am. Computer animation, three-dimensional holographic, digital, video, broadcast, special effects engineer, / senior audio visual telecommunications specialist, / broadcaster, not broadcaster, broadcaster, not broadcaster, broadcaster, not broadcaster, of my reality show, born in 1963, all in HD, HPTV, stands for Helping People TV, Handicap Production, and many more productions coming your way. I'm your boy Tony from Cali, and today, I'm a rich man. Very, very happy. You guys seen the title, you know, how I got rich, gambling. Gambling got me rich. You know, that's where I am. So we're going to talk about that. A lot of people are trying to figure out where and how, and it's a long story. I can go into it. I'm not going to go into the long story. I'm not going to even keep you here very, very long. We want to talk about, first of all, I'll just give you a quick overview of my whole background. I've always been a technical person, always been in electronics, always been in, went to school for electronics, you name it. Had lots of jobs in my life, you know, worked for big companies, Hewlett Packard, Packard Bell, Apple, all kinds of different companies I worked for, and I worked as a technician, not as a salesman. I also did sales too, worked in sales, worked for Computer Warehouse, Fry's Electronics, Marbeck Electronics, and I can go on and on and on and on. I worked in sales, CompUSA also. But right now, this is all about how gambling made me rich. How gambling made me rich. Okay, I started gambling a while back, a long time ago. We all gamble, but we don't know that we gamble, but we gamble. We gamble with our lives. We gamble in different ways. And I'm not gonna go all into that either because you guys wanna know how I got rich. Okay, I'm happy. Am I successful? Yes, I'm very successful. I'm very happy. I've been successful and happy for a while, but a lot of people didn't realize that. Well, now I'm rich. I'm richer than I've ever been in my life. Okay, I'm richer than I've ever been in my life because I'm just happy. I can't explain it. This is the pandemic. We're going through the big pandemic right now. The big pandemic, the big quarantine pandemic, COVID-19, coronavirus. All these things are happening. Black Lives Matters. All these things are happening right now. And I am very still happy and rich. And the reason I'm going to tell you that is because I've spent a lot of time in the last I guess it's about 8 months now. About 8 months just evaluating and analyzing and trying to figure out what I needed to do in order to be rich. And over the years, 30, 40 years, I was trying to be rich. I was trying to gamble, and I was trying to make money, and I was trying to, have a big house and cars and all these things. We all wanted that. We all want that. And what happened was, I started losing. I started losing gambling. I started losing. I started winning in the beginning, but then I started losing, and it took me really, really, really down. I lost a lot. I lost my house. I lost everything. I lost my jobs. I became homeless. You guys seen the videos. I was homeless for a while, and during that time, I started doing research. The homeless time was the best time for me. To be honest with you, I learned to do a lot of research. I had plenty of time to learn, and a lot of people were saying, "Well, wow, are you sad? We were going through." No, not really. I was actually more satisfied because of I didn't have the overhead, I didn't have all the bills, I didn't have all these things that a lot of people struggle towards having. And now that I am rich, I am rich. I'm fully rich. You guys do not even believe. It's crazy. And I'm not bragging on it or anything, and I don't want people to feel intimidated or anything like that, but you also can be rich too. And I want to say, I'm going to have a free book. I'm going to have a free book that I'm going to put out there pretty soon, but there's a free book out there that's already out there, and we're going to talk about that in a little bit, that you can get, and it'll take you to the same level that I'm at right now. And I still haven't mastered everything in the book and that type of thing. I have a book that I'll be putting out, but there's also a book that's out there that's free right now. And you can achieve it. You can get that book. We'll probably have a link or something in the description where you can get that book. But at the same time, this last couple years, I started just trying to figure out what I needed to do. And I didn't really know. I just, we were all just kind of still trying to figure out life, I started watching my friends. I started watching other people, watching people on Facebook. I started looking at a lot of, just this last 8 months, I started looking at a lot of, what do you call it, internet gurus and these internet mastermind, what do they call them? I can't even think what they call them. But they do all the webinars. Okay, they do all these webinars and free training classes and all this sort of stuff on how to make money for affiliate marketing, for all type of things, products and things. Speaking of that, I have products too. So you guys do hit me up, get some merch, Okay, we call it merchandise. That's the new thing. Get some merch. We got t-shirts, we got hoodies, we got all kinds of stuff that will help me, and it will help you be a part of this. Everybody's have memberships. You want to call it that? It's a membership. You're a partner. You're a partner with me. You'll become a partner with me and become a broadcaster. Okay. My whole line, my whole branding is broadcasting. So if you watch my videos in the past, you see me broadcast. You see me go out and do videos and do all kinds of stuff. I was broadcasting. I was working on what I had. That's where the word broadcasting comes in. It's not about being black or white or Mexican or anything like that. It's not being a brother. I used to say that all the time, a brother, bro. But I feel like I'm a brother, and I'm a brother, I'm your brother. And I just came up with the word broadcasting. Everything that I did, if I made something, if I put something together, right now we're filming on a little Canon camera, a little Canon Vixia camera. Okay, I don't have actually I do. I have a mirrorless camera, a Sony mirrorless camera. Everybody wants Sony mirrorless cameras right now. Everybody wants those. I picked up a broken one. I bought a broken one on eBay. I'm not gonna go into cameras, even though I love to go into cameras because I love cameras. But let me show it to you real quick. See, you guys got me sidetracked. I'm not gonna get off subject today. I'm gonna try not to. But yeah, this little camera right here. This is a Canon mirrorless camera. I just got it on a light stand, and that's it. We're not gonna talk about it no more. I got this broken off of eBay, and I still haven't finished repairing it right now. It actually works. It's just that it's got some dead pixels, and the memory card doesn't work. That's a big factor for a lot of people. The memory card doesn't work. So I'm experimenting right now with it. I've taken the HDMI output and connected it to external recorders and things like that, and into the computer. It kind of works, but I haven't mastered it yet. So that's what we're going to talk about. Mastering something in order to be successful. Everyone out there wants to be successful. Okay, gambling got me to become successful, but before gambling I was still successful in some areas. We all have success in certain areas, but sometimes we don't grab onto that. We don't grab onto that success. We don't hold on to that success. We just look at it as it's a stepping stone in our life. So during this pandemic, the big pandemic, I learned to be a little bit more successful. I learned to evaluate and go back in time, because that's all we can do. We were watching a lot of old stuff, right? Everybody's watching old stuff from last year and the year before that. How good it used to be compared to how it is now, right? So I went back and I evaluated my videos, some of my videos and my life story, and I started thinking back on when I created certain projects or built something, and then was it success? Did I have success in that project? Yes. Did I make a lot of money on it? No. Because it wasn't about making money. It was about seeing if it worked. It was about building something and taking it to the next level, seeing if it will work. So that's where I got success. And I didn't let anyone judge me on that success. Sometimes, you go out, you want confirmation. I took a lot of my projects and things like that to the broadcasters conventions, and people would, say certain things. Oh, I like that. That's cool. Whatever. Some people might not like it. So if you start to base all your projects and your experimentation on success and what people are saying to you about what your product is or whatever it is, it can really it can hurt you. You know, it can push you, but it can also hurt you. So I went back and I evaluated my own self. And that's what we got to do sometimes. Evaluate your own self and look at what your success, where your success was. And so in doing that, I found out, wow, I was successful here, successful there, successful this. I created this. I said I was going to do this. I don't care if I spent all night working on something, cutting something, building something, and then I put it together and then it worked. And it might have had some flaws, but it still worked. So that's success. Things I said I wanted to achieve. I remember years ago, I wanted to get a Cadillac. I wanted a certain type of Cadillac. I wanted a certain type of car. I looked for it. I got that car. I remember back in the days, when in my younger days, I wanted a Nissan truck. I got that Nissan truck. I wanted it, and then I wanted to make it convertible, and I cut the top off the convertible. I cut the top off of it, and made it to where it connected back, and it was a convertible Nissan truck. And I had the MR2 seats in there. You guys remember? I don't know, people that know me, they know I did that. Then I decided to put a TV in there and a VCR. Yeah, you know I'm really dating myself now. But a VCR, I decided to put a TV in there, VCR, Nintendo, all that stuff I put in the truck. And I wanted to see if it was possible. I had a big screen TV in the back. I had a Sony RGB. That's really taking it back, but a Sony RGB. That's red, green, and blue, where you got the 3 tubes shooting out, the 3 beams shooting out, and I had a screen that you pull up. And you pull the screen up in the front of the truck, and it was convertible. It was neat. It was pretty neat, but it was different. Did I succeed in doing that project, in creating that project? Yes, I did. Okay. So enough of that. Evaluate yourself. That's what this is all about. Evaluate yourself and see where your success is. So with all that said and done, I'm gonna get back into what everybody's probably tuning in for this video. This video is about being rich, how to become rich, how to become famous, how to become whatever you want to become, you can become. So I actually became rich, and I going back to the title, gambling made me rich. Gambling, okay? Gambling, not just in the casino, but gambling all my life. I've been gambling all my life. If I buy something and it doesn't work, I'm gambling. I'm taking a gamble. If I go out and I bought this camera right here, this mirrorless camera, we're gonna pull it up again. I pull up this camera, okay? Mirrorless camera. It's nice, Sony. Okay, got the flip out screen. Everybody's getting these right now. Everybody wants one of these. This is the new thing for bloggers, blah, 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 whatever. I wanted one too. I'm keeping it real, but I couldn't afford no $300, $400, $500. I had to make it work. Removable lens, okay? Everybody's wants a interchangeable lens. This has an adapter on there from China. I'm not gonna take it off, but it has an adapter on there from China that I bought for $8. And this is one of my old Canon lenses, okay? Anything's possible. So yeah, it works. It turns on. Let me turn on. It turns on. Bam. See the screen there? It works. But the memory card doesn't work. So it doesn't record. It's actually saying no card right now. So enough of that. But I'm going to make it work. I'm going to make it stream. I actually did it a couple days ago. I tested it out. I connected it into the computer. I connected it into my software. Made it work. Made it stream. I didn't stream anything out to the world, but I just recorded into the computer to make sure it was working. And it was pretty good. Probably better than what I'm filming with right now. But who cares? It's not about what you have. It's about what you're. It's about what you're trying to do. Okay. I got this camera. I can pull out other cameras. I love cameras. I got a Sony PJ 30 camcorder. Another little Sony camcorder right here down that I can film with. I just filmed with it a little while ago. I was testing out my videos. It works fine. It doesn't matter about what you have. I got that little Sony Webby camera, the little purple camera that I did my gambling video with. I got another one of those for like 15 bucks. Yeah, got it on eBay. 15 bucks. Success. Success was me able to purchase that item and make it work. We're gonna, in our next video, I think we're gonna shoot with that Sony Webby camera to test it all out. And I'm gonna pop off this Sony BJ. Tripods everywhere, so just bear with me real quick. Okay, so this is another little camcorder, Sony. I've got the PJ 30, whatever, camcorder. Okay, so I'm going into cameras, I'm getting sidetracked. I love these cameras though, and it's got a built-in projector. It's got a built-in projector. It's pretty nice. Got this offer up real cheap, like 50 bucks. Okay? So what I'm trying to say is that you can have success. You can also you can have success in your life if you apply yourself. Everything is about applying yourself. The last 8 months, I've been analyzing and breaking down myself, and I've been trying to figure out what I'm going to do next, because the pandemic, what everybody's doing. My technical trade is an AV tech. I'm an audio visual technician in Vegas. As you know, I've been doing that for probably the last 18 years, and I went from a computer technician to a audio visual technician. Okay, and I did that. That's success. That's success. And I did this I don't have a degree. I don't have a associate's degree. I don't have a bachelor's degree. I don't have a master's degree. But I mastered that. I mastered the job. I mastered what I needed to do, what I needed to learn. So, and I also took those skills and put it back into my own business. I've had several businesses, and they weren't all big businesses where I made a lot of money or anything like that, but just little side businesses. My first company was called McDew and Crew. McDew and Crew back in the 90s. I used to go to the clubs and shoot video and do all kinds of stuff. McDew and Crew with the camcorder back in the day, and then went from McDew to Crew to McDigital. McDigital, I had plans to do that. I did a little stuff with McDigital, and then I changed the name again later on to Old School TV. You guys remember Old School TV? And then it was USA Old School TV when I started doing the red, white, and blue stuff. Okay, with the red, white, and blue band. USA Old School TV, and then from USA Old School TV now it's HPTV, of course, World Broadcast News. So the name can keep changing, but I'm still the same person. I'm still Tony McDew. I'm still Tony from Cali. The names can change. And did I have success along that time? Yes, I did. Each time I had success. So going back to how I got rich, and I know I got sidetracked talking about cameras and telling you guys a little bit about that was a little brief overview of my life. Going back to how I got rich from gambling. Okay, I gambled, I lost, I won, I lost, I won, and finally I won. And how I won from gambling is I'm rich because I'm rich in spirit. Okay, spiritually I'm rich by the blood of Jesus. Okay, by the blood of Jesus. I said straight out, the blood of Jesus has made me rich. I'm richer than I've ever been in my life. Okay, I'm one of the richest men probably around here. Okay, in Sacramento right now, very rich by the blood of Jesus. Okay, not financially, spiritually, mentally, physically, even physically. I feel better. I feel better than I've ever felt in my life. I'm eating better. Lots of things are happening in my life that has made me rich and richer and richer and richer and richer. So, gambling was that push down that pushed me all the way down. That said, hey, you know what? You can't do this anymore. You can't live this life anymore. You're losing too many things. You're losing too much money. You're losing whatever. And by me gambling, it pushed me to that dark time in my life to say, hey, I had to pray a lot. And I said, take that away from me. I don't want to gamble no more. But we still gamble. I'm going to tell you, we still gamble. And sometimes a different way. I gambled when I bought this little camera right here, this little camcorder right here. I didn't know if it worked. And that's why I use the cameras as an analogy. I didn't know if this camera was going to work. I paid the guy 50 bucks for it. Didn't even turn it on. It didn't even turn on when I got it. And I got it, not too long ago. And I was like, you know what? I try to save my change. I don't have much money. You guys, once again, go back to my slogan. Don't hate, don't wait, don't procrastinate, donate. Somebody might donate $5. Somebody might donate $10. And I save my little $5 or $10 or $20 or whatever you guys donate. And I'll buy something like this. And I'm happy with it. Okay? Sony camcorder from I don't even know what year. I think this probably came out 2010 or somewhere around there. Okay, and it's PJ 230 with the projector, built-in projector. And guess what? When I got it, it was real sticky. This thing was all sticky like jelly. Not really on the outside, but in the inside. When you opened it up, it was around the screen. It was all sticky. It was all sticky like some jelly or something was on it. I said, "What is this?" And this is during Corona. This is during Corona. This is during the big pandemic when I picked this up. My sister took me to go get this, and I said, you know what? I want it. I looked at it. I talked the guy down, I think he wanted more money for it, and I talked him down, and I just took a gamble. It was a gamble to go and pick it up and not know whether you're going to even get Corona, whether you're going to get the COVID-19. It's a gamble. So I say we all gamble. You gamble when you go to the grocery market, when you go to the supermarket, when you drive down the street. If I go and walk down the street right now, I don't have a car. If I walk down the street right now, okay, somebody could hit me. It's a gamble. Life is a gamble. Remember that. So your boy Tony from Cali is just, I'm here to tell you, not to take up too much of your time, but to let you know, hey, you too can be rich in spirit. Okay? You can be rich in knowing God and knowing Jesus. You know, you can be rich by just getting closer to God. A lot of people don't know that, especially during this time, during the big pandemic. Pandemic, people are stressing out on all kinds of different things. I didn't know I was, and everybody does. Is stressing on everything. So it's like I got closer to God, and I said, you know what? Now I feel that I'm rich. So I wanted to make this video and let everybody know, yeah, I may not be financially rich, but spiritually I'm rich. Get into your spirit. Get into your spirit and look at what's going on right now today. What's going on today? People are, like I said, it's about money, 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 money. And going back, like I said before, about these last 8 months, a lot of internet gurus, everybody's about how to make money, affiliate marketing, what they got, all these free trainings, master classes. I looked at some of those, trust me. I actually looked at some of those classes, and some of them are pretty awesome. But you know, I'm not saying don't spend the money. If you got the money and that's what you want to do, you know, by all means do it. I don't have the money to do that, and I guess, you know, I'm not gonna say I don't. Sometimes I get a couple dollars here and I'll buy something like this. I'll gamble and I'll buy something like this because this is how I'm making my video right now. I'm making my video right now on a little Canon Vixia camera that I picked up cheap. I got this one on eBay, and I picked it up real cheap. Canon Vixia. It works perfect. It's all you need. I'm not using any external microphones. I'm not using any boom microphones. Believe me, I wanted to set all that up because as a perfectionist, I love to have better audio. I want to do a lot of things. I've got some lights and stuff, you know, that I got some boom mic. I got all kinds of little things that I can tinker around with. But you know what? This was about getting the message out. And that's why I tell people sometimes it's about what you have. Actually, I could have used my cell phone. I could have just used my cell phone. And am I rich? Yes, I am. I am rich. I'm your boy Tony McDew, and once again, I always tell everybody: don't hate, don't wait, don't procrastinate. $, Tony McDew. Don't hate, don't wait, don't procrastinate, don't hesitate. $, Tony McDew. So you guys can cash at me if you want to cash at me, and that helps me out. You know, like I don't have a bunch of money right now. I don't think I have. Maybe $5. Okay, I'm just keeping it real. Maybe $5. But I'm rich. Even though I only have $5, I'm so rich in spirit because I know the Lord sees that He's seeing what I'm doing, and He's seeing that I haven't made a lot of videos in a while. Because the reason I haven't made a lot of videos is because I've been trying to go the other way. I've been trying to financially be rich, and sometimes when you're financially trying to do things, you don't have time for anything else. You're working and working and working and trying to, you know, achieve and achieve and achieve. And the times when you're trying to achieve, then something else pops up, and now all the money that you made or whatever, now it goes right back out the door. So I've been spending a lot of time. I've been watching a lot of the training webinars. They used to be called seminars back in the day. I used to be involved in all that. ACN, you remember ACN? You remember Amway? You remember prepaid legal? You remember all that? I had prepaid legal too, I remember that. And I was always trying to find a way to be able to make money and to be able to help people. And all those seminars and webinars, they all are pretty much the same. It's all about, you know, they're saying helping people and blessing people. And you know, by all means, if you want to sign up and be a part of one of the webinars or whatever, I may even have a webinar myself. I don't know, one of these days. But right now, it's about the true webinar. You want the free book? I promise you guys a free book that's out there. I got a free book that I'm going to be putting out, but there's a free book that's already out there, and it's called the Bible. Okay? And you know what the Bible stands for? What was it? Basic living while we're on earth or something like that. You guys remember that? You ever heard that? Basic information on how to live while we're on earth. Okay? So the Bible is your free book that will enrich you. Not possibly, it will enrich you and take you to that next level. And I'm not gonna try to preach, but I know that the Bible is real. A lot of people don't believe the Bible is real. So with everything going on, the politics, the president and the vice presidents and all these stuff that's going on, who did I vote for? People want to know who I vote for. I voted for Jesus. I keep it real every year. I voted for Jesus. And a lot of people are going to be saying, man, you need to get out there and you need to represent this person and represent that person. No, I vote for Jesus because I don't follow just man, because man changes all the time. And I don't put all my faith in man. I put my faith in Jesus. And if something happens, if I'm not feeling good, or even when I am feeling good, or I'm feeling down a little bit, I go to Jesus. I don't go to Trump. I don't go to Biden. I don't go to Obama. I don't go to man. I go to Jesus. So I voted for Jesus. That's my vote. So enough said on that. I just want to let you guys know I love you guys out there. And once again, don't hate, don't wait, don't procrastinate. You can donate. $sign Tony McDew. I'm a rich man. Gambling took me to that level to realize how really rich I am. I can walk, I can talk, I can smell, I can see, I can hear, I can feel. A lot of people don't have those sensations. A lot of people don't have those abilities. So I'm rich. I'm very, 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 very rich. And I had to realize that rather than compare and focus on things that I don't have. So I can focus and say, oh man, I want that. Or man, I want to be like that person. Or I want to do this. And you know what? That can turn into a depression. That can turn into a point where if you don't get what you want to get at a certain time or whatever it is, then you can get depressed and sad. A lot of suicide out there. So when you think about that way, when you think that you want to hurt yourself or you want to, commit suicide, think about how rich you really are. You have capabilities that other people don't have. Some people that can't walk. My mom can't walk right now. Okay? My mom cannot walk. And I have to help her. I'm here with her right now in Sacramento, helping her every day. My stepdad, he's blind. I have to help him. Get things for him. Get things for my mom. I got to go do this in a little bit right now. So I'm trying to, everything is a time crunch for me. I haven't made many videos and I apologize for that. A lot of people talk about consistency and you want to be a big YouTuber. You want to do this, you want to do that. I watch a lot of those videos. My goal was never to be a big YouTuber. I don't have a lot of subscribers. I got, I think, 3,000, okay? And that's not a lot compared to these people that got 100,000 or a million or whatever. And I don't do affiliate marketing. So I'm not promoting products. I'm not saying, hey, you need to go out there and buy this camera right now. This is the new PJ30. It's only 8 megapixels, 8.9 megapixels if you're interested. I'm not promoting anything. I'm not promoting products because I'm not doing affiliate marketing. The only thing I promote is I just did the t-shirts and stuff. So I got some t-shirts and some hoodies. If you guys want to, be a part of that. And my condolences go out to the firefighters and all the people that have lost things in the fires, the big California fires right now. The California fires and the coronavirus. The California fires and the coronavirus. The California fires and the coronavirus. Okay, that's my little thing there. So prayers, all my prayers go out to the California fires and the coronavirus, okay? My prayers go out to the California fires and the coronavirus. So, yes, I got some t-shirts. If you guys want to, help me out on that, that's fine. I get a little commission on that. Really haven't sold a whole lot on that yet. Haven't really been trying to push that. I got it on my Facebook page. There should be some links and stuff. You can click on there. You can order a t-shirt, and it's on print by demand. So they'll send it right to you. They'll send it. They'll ship it to you, which is great, and it'll help me. I'll make a couple dollars on it. I try to keep the prices a little lower than everybody else's, so it should be a little lower. And I think they're going for like $19.97 or something like that. I got hoodies. We got some coffee mugs, and we got bags, and we got some other things too. But that's just, I got to this point in my life, I said, you know what, it's about branding, and I decided to brand myself as a broadcaster. I've been a broadcaster for years, but I decided now the official word broadcaster, that's why you see my logo is broadcasting like a pro. You guys seen that? Broadcasting like a pro? Okay. So broadcasting like a pro, you see the guy with the cowboy hat on, and he's running with the camera. That's me. That's me running with one of my big old ENG cameras. Oh, I want to pick one of those. I want to pick my ENG camera up right now. See? You guys got me wanting to do that. Where did I put that? Oh, I put it back up there. Okay. I want to pick up one of my big ENG cameras. I'll pick up my Canon. I'll pick up my Canon XL1. Like I said, going back to cameras again. Like this right here. Boom. You guys remember that? This is a Canon XL1. One of my little favorite cameras. Okay. This is old school. Shot on mini DV, standard definition. and I picked this up really cheap. Once again, eBay, 60 bucks. See, I usually don't tell you guys prices and stuff because, you know, whatever. But 60 bucks, and it works. It actually works. I played with this the other night. Okay, it's not high definition. It's not 4K, but it works. Okay, E&G. This is my small E&G one right here. Bam. You know, I can turn it on right now. I've got a battery in it. I had to buy the battery off of I think I got the battery off of eBay, and I can turn it on right now. I'll show you it works. See it light up. Here, the tape works and everything. I was shocked that it didn't even work. I didn't even know it worked because I think when I got it, they said as is or whatever, and I think I might have even talked down the microphone there. It's got the shotgun microphone. Shotgun microphone works. Everything works. Okay, I'm rich. I am rich. That's what I'm trying to tell you guys. I'm rich. I'm rich because I didn't have to pay full price for this. Now I had a friend. I'm turning this off. Wow, this thing works. So this is lit up right now. Working good. I'm rich, and that's what I wanted to get to. I wanted to say is because I didn't have to pay full price. I had a friend that bought this camera when it came out. This camera came out in 1997. Okay, it came out in 1997. My buddy bought it for $4,000, probably a little bit over $4,000, between $4,000 and $5,000, depending on what accessories that you got at that particular time. But this baby works. And what did I pay? 60 bucks. Okay, gotta clean it up a little bit. So enough of cameras. I don't want to bore you guys with cameras. A lot of you guys want to know, and you know, you come to me and you say, Tony, what do I need to do streaming? Or how can I stream video? There's lots of ways to stream. I'm gonna try to. I was gonna put together like a little course on what to do, but you know what? There's so many guys out there. Just go to YouTube and just ask the question. Say, how do I stream? What do I need? What kind of camera do I need? And blah blah blah. I'm gonna tell you right now. You can use your cell phone. I'm gonna tell you right now. You can use one of these little tiny camcorders. Okay, you can get these probably really cheap. You can get these for like 30 bucks. No, even cheaper. I got one for 15 bucks. I got my Sony. Where did I put it at? It's over here somewhere. My little Sony Webby, the Webby cam, the Sony Webby cam, the little purple camera. I used to shoot with that back when I was doing all the gambling. Back in 2000, what was that? 2010. I think I was shooting with that. I still have not the same exact. I got the same exact one, but I bought another one off of eBay for 15 bucks, and it works. I had to buy a memory card. I bought a memory adapter with a micro SD card to go in there to make it work. And we're going to shoot probably the next video on that because I want to test it out. But it does work. So going back to, like I said, going back to cameras and going back to, I put this on a light stand. This is on a light stand. Okay, cheap light stand. Got this for like 12 bucks. So everything doesn't have to be expensive. What you need to do is you have to learn. This is just on a regular light stand. I don't have a ball head on here. If I put a ball head on here, I can swivel it. I got a couple ball heads I put on here sometimes and play around with this. But this is all you need, something like this, or your phone, your cell phone, or a regular camcorder. This is Sony, and this is Sony. Okay, I got a lot of Sony cameras, so that's why I tell you I'm rich. I got some Canon cameras too. The camera that I'm filming on right now, Canon Vixia. Okay, I got that really cheap off of I got that off of eBay. And then going back to the big Canon camera. Okay, this is the Canon the Canon XL1, and then they got the XL2, and they got a couple other ones. You know, so it's not about what you have. It's just about getting the message out there. And I'm not using any microphones right now. I'm just recording right onto the Canon Vixia. So yes, I am rich. Once again, I'm rich gambling. Thank you for. I'm so glad that I gambled, because if I wouldn't have gambled and went into that dark period in my life, I would have not known that you can be so happy and not have a whole lot of money. Like I said, I might have $5 to my name right now, but I got these little cameras to play around with. I got things that I need to fix. Like I need to fix this. The memory card doesn't work on it. Am I going to fix it? Probably not. It's a gamble. Everything is a gamble. When I bought this camera right here, going back to this camera, it was a gamble. This thing has some sticky jelly all around it. I told you about that. It had some sticky jelly. Open it up, and it was all sticky. And I said, what the heck? And it was all sticky. And I came home and took rubbing alcohol and cleaned it all up. And it wouldn't even turn on when I got it. I gave the guy like 50 bucks for it because I knew the model number And I believed, I gambled. I believed that it worked. You can be rich in knowing God and knowing Jesus. You know, you can be rich by just getting closer to God. A lot of people don't know that, especially during this time, during the big pandemic. It's a gamble. Life is a gamble. Remember that. And today, I'm a rich man.